Hello and welcome to another tutorial from the W3shools.com website. In this tutorial, I will be going over the string tutorial from Python related to modify strings. So if you want to follow along, just go to the W3shools.com website at this URL and then click on strings and then modify strings, and yeah, just follow along, code along with me. So Python has a set of built-in methods that you can use on strings, and one of those methods is the upper method. It's for uppercase, for turning a string into uppercase. So let's give it a try. I want you to code along and click on the button here so you can try it yourself. So first thing you're going to do is just press run. And we should see this in uppercase, okay? So I want you to comment this out as usual. And then type in the same thing that's written, a equals hello world. Run it. You don't need to write print yet, just run it to see that there's no errors. And then I want you to write print a, okay? Just print a. No output here, and then press run again. We should have hello world like this, okay? And then so notice how it's not all in uppercase. So I want you to write dot upper here, okay? So that's basically using the upper function on this string variable. Okay, so let's run that. Notice how this is all in uppercase. So you may be curious and wondering how this works. Well, you have a variable here which is of type str, and the type str class has a function called upper, which is defined by Python, and that basically automatically converts lowercase characters into uppercase. Okay. Let's just I'm curious if this works, because in some languages something like this would work, but it probably won't work here. But let's just see. Test. This is a string, right? So using the same logic, this should work, but let's just see. Oh, and it works. Okay, cool. So Python evaluates that this is of type str, and then you're able to access certain operations like this function method that turn this to uppercase. You don't even need to turn this. You don't even need to assign this to a variable. It'll just work directly on a string. Just to show you what I mean. Okay. Let me just show you this first. So let's change this to the letter 4. I want you to do the same thing, okay? Just so you can experiment with this also. Change this to the letter 4. No, 4 doesn't have an uppercase. What else? What's another number that we could use? B. I guess this only works on letters. So I wanted to go something like this, but it's not going to do anything. 4. And then, sorry, this is commented out. This one here, 4. I'll just delete this for now. So I would write 4 here. And I was going to change this to A. So it basically, it works across all characters, as long as it's a str type. This upper function should work. Okay, you can check that by testing the type. So for example, if you write type and then you put the variable in here and print it. It'll tell you that A is of type str. Okay. Now if I was to write 4 here, this would throw an error because 4 is an int. Okay, if it's not in between quotation marks, it's an int. You'll see why here. Okay, if you comment this out. See, 4 is of type int, and if you obviously if you try to write upper, use this upper function on an int, it's not going to work because there's no upper function defined on the int class. Okay, so that's to show you that. Now let's go on to the next exercise. So lowercase, what do you think that's going to do? Right, it's pretty self-evident, but let's give it a try. Okay, so press run. And it's going to be all in lowercase. It ignores the comma. I mean, it still tries to change this into lowercase, but you can't change a comma into lowercase because there is none for that. And the exclamation mark runs on it also. But so let's try this. So type it out. You can type out whatever you want. You can type out A equals gaga ha 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 ha, whatever you want. Okay, here, and then print a dot lower, and then see what happens. So it worked. Everything's lower. Let's change this to upper. Everything's upper. I'll just throw in a lowercase letter there just to see what happens. So everything's upper, and if I put it to lower, obviously it should go to lower. Okay, good. Let's try the next exercise, which is remove white space. Okay, remove white space. So white space counts as anything before or in between or at the end of the text, as long as it's in between the quotation or double quotes. Okay, so run it, and it's using this function called strip. Okay, strip. Strip doesn't mean like strip remove. Strip is not. It means to remove to strip out, to remove something from something else, to strip. Okay, you could strip in basketball, you could strip the ball from someone. So equals, first, sorry, yeah, we forgot. Let's just run it to see what's gonna happen. It's gonna show us the same thing, but stripping out. Oh, sorry. Okay. It strips out the beginning and ending white space, not the white space in the middle. Okay, so you can see here, right? It left the white space in the middle, but it stripped out the one at the beginning and at the end. That's useful in a form, right? If you're filling out information, if you're getting information from a form and you don't want to have white space. So say someone enters in the form a space before their name and then a space at the end of their name. You don't want that to be stored in the database. So you will use the strip function to get rid of that. Okay. Oh, let's go like that. Then print A. Let's just print A as it is without stripping anything. Okay, so there's a space here. There's a space here, and then there's a space here, and this is uppercase. So let's strip out the white spaces at the end, at the beginning. So that gets rid of the white space there and the white space here, but doesn't get rid of the white space in the middle. And then let's see if we can chain another function. let's say lower. Okay, let's see if in JavaScript you can do this. I don't know about if this is possible in Python. Let's see. Oh, and it worked. Cool. Okay, so you can chain functions in Python. Let's see if you can go like that. Okay, so notice how this is interesting. This is basically showing us that Python is reading from left to right because, first it's reading here. It's saying, okay, A, then A, you want to strip the space, then make it to lower, and then make it to upper. So that's why this displays as upper. Okay, so it's saying print everything inside of this open bracket. So in this case, the variable A, I want to first strip, then I want to make it to lower, then upper, then that means everything here. Close this, so now you can print all the stuff that you put inside of here. So let's switch this around. Let's put this upper and then lower. Let's see what happens. Lower. Run. So notice how this is lowercase now. So this was the last thing to be executed on the string. Hey, cool. So you can chain functions like this. Let's close that and let's go to the next one. So replace string. The replace method replaces a string with another string. Let's give it a try. Run it. So they replace here the H with the J. So hello world, H was replaced with J. Jello world. Cute, how cute, how cute. Jello world. Let's comment this out. And then type it out. I want you to do the same. So hello world. And then we're going to print a.replace. So you're going to replace H with J. And then let's run it. There's going to be an error here. I did that on purpose just so you can see. So what's the error? It's a syntax error. So we're missing a close bracket or close parenthesis. And yeah, Jello world. You could have changed this to Mellow world if you wanted to. Mellow world. Okay. So this, this is the replace function. It allows you to replace a string with another string. If you wanted to replace he, let's say with she, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if it works for multiple characters. Let's see. Oh, so it works. Okay. So you can replace, even though there's a mismatch in the number of characters, you can do this. Okay, so you can replace 2 characters with 3 characters. Cool. And then I could just go like this if I wanted to make it upper. Okay, and I could also do something like this. Place she.upper. This is another, let's see if this is possible. So you're running a function inside of an argument space for the parameter for the replace function. Might not work. Cool, it worked also. So you're able to execute a function inside of the space for a parameter inside of another function. Okay, so see, this is upper, right? The she, and then the rest is lowercase. And you're replacing the HE, right, in the hello with she. Shallow world. Okay, very cool. You could change this to Othello. Run Othello world. Okay, very cool. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so the split string function. Split string. Okay, split string. So the split method returns a list where the text between the specified separator becomes the list item. Oh, very cool. Okay, so let's give it a try. So let's just read this. Split method splits the string to substrings in it if it finds instances of the separator. Let's run it. So give it a try again. Okay, you need to type this out. It's really going to help you learn the language, and it's going to help you when you make mistakes too, because you're going to remember, okay, what you did wrong. So we have here the string hello world. We have a.split, split at the comma, okay, and then print. So let me type this out. I'm gonna first comment this out. A equals hello world. And then you notice how they're basically creating another variable here. So we'll do the same. B equals a dot split. Split where? Split at the comma. Okay. And then print B. Let's run this. So it's giving us a list of, I think this is the list. Yeah, is this a list? Let me just see what it returns. Yeah, it returns a list. It says list here. Okay. Returns a list of the elements that you were split. Okay, so in this case, hello gets split here at the comma, and then what's left over is this world. Okay, so that's why we have this with a space. Now, you may want to get rid of the white spaces, right? So yeah, that's a little difficult to do. An easy way to do that would just be to go like that. Okay, that would get rid of it. Obviously, it's not a programmatic solution, but it's a quick fix. So if you wanted to get rid of that programmatically, you'd have to probably iterate over the list, and then, you know, using a for loop or for each loop. I'm not going to do that now, but that's just to show you one of the in one of the lessons later when we go over collections. We're gonna cover that. Okay, so different functions relating to lists and other types of collections. So let's go on to the next exercise, or I could add another one in here. Let me add hello. Let's jello. Oh, whoops, in here, sorry. This is commented out, right? So it's jello. So again, it's keeping the space here, so we could get rid of the spaces. Now, if we wanted to split it using a space, we could do space also. So we would just go like that. And it also works, okay? So it depends what you specify as the character to split the list, okay? To split the elements in the list. Okay, so give it a try, practice this, and have fun with that. Let's go on to the next one. So that's the split. And the separator is the thing that you specify, okay, to separate. Oh, okay, so that covers these 3 string functions, okay, for modifying strings. So we covered the upper function, we covered the lower function, we covered the strip function, which strips out the white space at the beginning and at the end of a string, and we covered the replace function, okay, which replaces, oh, and one more, the split function, the replace function, which replaces a string or a set of characters inside of a string with another character or set of characters. So that's replace. And split, okay, so split will split the string into various elements using the specified separator. Okay, so thanks for watching and see you in the next one.